Hi, this is Jonas from Swedish band KATATONIA. You're watching Stormbringer TV.
Rainer here with Jonas from KATATONIA. You're now on this humongous European tour. It's called the Dead End of Europe. You started November the 2nd in Malmö in Sweden. How was it so far?
It's been really good, even better than we could have hoped for, even though we have kind of high expectations since the last European tour that we did. So everybody's really happy. It's perfect.
Since 2 years you have now 2 new guys in the band. You have a new guitar player, it's Per Eriksson, and you have new bass players, Niklas Sandin. It was their first studio work now with you, with KATATONIA, and especially Per, I guess, did a lot of input. He co-wrote one song, it's called Lithian, and is it also Per's responsibility that on this track there is a small but a guitar solo? I haven't heard a guitar solo on a KATATONIA track since ages.
Yeah, that's totally his idea, but we encouraged him to put some of his, because he's more of a solo player than Anders ever was. Anders is more of doing like leads and melodies, but Per is more of a real solo player. So when he had a chance to write a song, then why not put a solo in there? You know, I think it's a good flavor.
It's a very interesting album title, Dead End Kings. Would you go that far and say that the title reflects the band nowadays pretty much, and if so, why?
Yeah, I would say that. It's we chose the title because we feel it reflects the band, not only the band, of course, but I think it's a title that you can adapt to many different perspectives. But for us, it's I mean, doing this kind of music will never make you super successful or rich or like if you were doing Britney Spears type of stuff, you know. But somehow we always kept on doing it, and to some people maybe this is a dead end, but for us we are the kings of the dead end because we love what we do, and that's the most important thing.
I don't want to argue with you, but you are successful, man.
Yes, we are successful in our own right. I totally agree. I mean, we've come a long way, but still, this kind of music. I mean, it's negative music. It's kind of dark, and it will never have the kind of impact that you see on TV and here on the radio. So, to some people, it might be a dead end, but we call it our own dead end. So we.
Let's talk about certain expectations of the listeners from KATATONIA, especially after the success of Night is the New Day. How thin was the line in the songwriting for the new album to be able not to repeat yourself too often, but also not to distance you too far away from the mentioned expectations?
Exactly. It's always a balance. I think it's more difficult when you just think about it. Like in theory, it's more difficult, but when you start working on new songs, you always have new ideas, and we knew what we did on the last album. It was a great album. We wanted to continue, but not repeat ourselves, as you said, and I think it just happened. It's natural progression from the last album. We wanted to do something a little bit different, but still, of course, on the same foundation that we built KATATONIA from the beginning.
I'm not sure if you see it like I do, but Dead End Kings for me sounds a bit more like The Great Cold Distance than like Night is the New Day. Did this came up deliberately, or did you just went into that direction?
I think it's a response to what we did on the last album. I think Night is the New Day is a very, very atmospheric and lush album that you should maybe listen to all at once. But the new album is more split into songs that you can choose different songs to listen to, and it won't disturb the flow. So it's yes, maybe more song-based, like The Great Cold Distance, rather than Night is the New Day. But for me, it's not a big difference. You know, it's KATATONIA albums, all of them.
Before the release of Dead End Kings, I did an interview with Daniel, your drummer. Yep. And when I asked him about the production duties, which were again in your hand and in the hand of Anders, and the mix was again done by David Castillo, he told me personally he wanted to work with someone else on the next album and in the future. This is the third album you've done with David, and it's been fun at all, but it's time for some new blood, something fresh to contribute in Katatonia's sound. How's your opinion on that?
I think it's a risk to do something like that. I mean, it's also a great chance, a challenge to get some new sounds into your record. But also, we are very satisfied with what David has been doing. So I guess this is a decision that we have to make once we have new songs, and we will see where the songs will take us. Maybe we need another kind of production for the next album, and then we might go to somebody else, you know. So so far we haven't really thought about it.
Another quote from Daniel was, I asked him what were his expectations on the tour now, and he said, of course, sold out shows, and the second thing he was wishing for is seeing you dancing naked in the backstage area. Did this happen?
Not yet, unfortunately.
Will it happen?
Depends on...
More than the alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
Since Viva Emptiness, you have now these 3 years periods between the new Katatonia album. Is this for you the perfect time to do some extensive touring, which is needable nowadays because CD sales are down? Yeah. And after that, to have some rest to get the creative veins flow again?
Yeah, I think it's been like this naturally, like 3 years between the albums, which is maybe a little bit too long, but at the same time, we can't really do everything at once, you know. We have to do the touring, we have to do the writing in our privacy, you know. We can't write stuff on tour, so we have to go back to our homes and just feel the calm and well-needed rest to get the creative flow again. So unfortunately 3 years is what we're looking at now, but hopefully we can do it faster somehow and get out there again with a new album, because I think 3 years is a little bit too long.
I saw Katatonia both on a big festival. The last time was a few years ago on the Rock Hard Festival, where you have to play in the sun, where it was warm, people were happy. How is for you a situation you make a very dark or melancholic, kind of depressive music, and then you have to play at 3 p.m. and the sun shines and the people are happy?
Yeah, that's not the best situation for us, actually. We've been through that many times on festivals. I guess we just always have to wait to make the best out of the situation and try to convince the people that the music is more important than the sunshine. Yeah.
Would you go that far? Other bands who said we only play when it's dark, and even if you have to play at 2 a.m. in the morning, it's no problem, rather than play at 3 p.m.? Or is it for you better to play in an audience in the afternoon?
I think we have tried to actually change our playing time, but unfortunately it's not up to us. When we play a festival, we have to play when they tell us to play. So.
Last question. Anyone knows that Anders and you are founding members of Bloodbath? Now, in May this year, you announced that Mikael Ackerfeld from Opeth, because of his duties with Opeth, quit the band. I saw some quotes on the net that especially Anders said, there is a new singer, but due to some contracts you can't name it, and he's a legend and blah, blah, blah. Do you have any update for us?
Not really. We're still in the works with that, so unfortunately I can't reveal any names. But we are now closer than ever to actually deciding when we are going to record another album. So it's, I think right now it's pretty much up to see where our touring schedules are, Opeth and Katatonia, to get Martin, the drummer from Opeth, to have spare time, and we as well. But hopefully, I would say spring next year. That would be a good place to start working.
You can confirm that you already have found a new singer.
We have, but we still have to to hear, yeah, see what he sounds like these days. Yeah.
Jonas, thank you very much for your time, and have fun on the rest of the 4 weeks, I guess, the tour is now doing, and see you hopefully next time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.